Hey guys, it's PikminToad121. We're gonna be doing a different type of video today. It's the first repair slash modding video that is scripted. I mean, this part isn't scripted, but I'm gonna be doing a new video style. Hope you guys like it. We'll see how it works. Today I'm going to be modding this DS Lite by putting it into a transparent housing and also fixing its broken digitizer. It's the standard white version that has a broken hinge, which means it's the perfect candidate for this type of repair. The clear housing I'm putting in I got for around $13 on eBay. It's actually the same housing manufacturer that I put in my personal DS Lite. Now onto the repair. I start by removing the battery, stylus, and GBA slot cover before removing the 4 tri-wing and 3 Phillips screws to unhook the bottom casing from the DS. I then disconnect both antenna cables from the motherboard and Wi-Fi card before moving on to the 2 Phillips screws holding the motherboard onto the top case. Lift it up and disconnect the ribbon cable on the other side. Sliding the top screen ribbon cable through the hole, I can remove the top case. After removing 4 Phillips screws, I can pry the back plate off of the top screen assembly. With no screws holding anything in place, all I need to do is get the antenna and top screen cables through the hole and unstick the screen bezel to remove everything from the front panel, along with the antenna and microphone. I then install them into the clear housing, starting with the microphone, antenna, and finally the screen assembly. I clean it with a cloth to remove any fingerprints and clip the back housing on, screwing it in place. I transfer the metal bracket from the old housing as well. Remember to do this, it is very important. I then check to see if it works. Now onto the top case. I need to install the buttons before I can do anything, so I line up the notches in the button with those in the housing to fit them in properly. Installing all of the buttons and their respective membranes, I can now get to work on the digitizer. Prying up the old one is a pain because of the strong adhesive. I ended up taking the bottom screen off of the motherboard before finally getting the digitizer off. I wiped the bottom screen off and then installed the new one and its respective bezel. I then installed the screen onto the motherboard before returning to the top screen to fit the ribbon cables back through the hole and installing the hinge and its plastic piece. I then rerouted the antenna cables into their respective spots. Make sure the Wi-Fi cable goes underneath the cartridge slot or the bottom case won't fit on. The antenna cable is very hard to route too because it doesn't like to follow its groove and often falls out. Shoulder buttons were also really annoying to install because the springs don't like to go into their grooves either. It's almost like there's a theme with this system. I put the volume and power sliders in the bottom case and snap it in. It took a couple tries because the shoulder button springs kept popping out, but eventually I got them to not pop out. Installing the remaining tri-wing and Phillips screws back in, I can install all of the rubber feet and bumpers. So that's it. I have made the clear DS's. They are all started up. And this one's mine. This is the one I made. And this is my Pokemon DS I bought aftermarket. It's not very good housing, but it works. And all that jazz. Also, I guess you could say I have 3 DS's and 3 DS's. I know, great pun. Awesome. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.